Hey guys, what's up? Spartan85 here, bringing you guys some more 7 Days to Die Alpha 22 and console news for you guys. There's been a slow trickle of news coming out in the last few months or so, and it seemed to kind of pick up a little quicker the last couple weeks or so. So I think the Fun Pimps are really getting back into their grind. Just the other day, they posted some new debris and newspaper clippings. And so in that post, they said new decals are coming to Alpha 22 on PC, PS5, Xbox X, and S series consoles. Great work by Hung and Brian. And yes, folks, the console versions will be out this year. Stay tuned. There you have it, coming from the Fun Pimp's mouth, coming out this year. Originally, we were hearing April or May of this year, so they didn't say anything about that. No confirmation there. So they also did reply to somebody's comment. Somebody asked, is it close to being released mid-2024, which is kind of what we, were told, or what we were thought, or whatever, what they kind of said in some live streams. And they did reply, we know you have all been waiting a long time to get a new console version in your hands, and we are working very hard on it to get it a great build out as soon as we can this year. Little typos there, but basically they're saying, hey, we're working on it. We're working on a great build for you guys. They're kind of intentional about not saying a date or confirming to the date, which is kind of scary. I don't know if that April or May is getting pushed back now. I don't know, but it's kind of interesting that they're not confirming that date, or even just mid-2024. They didn't even confirm that. That was the question. Now back to the pictures. I find these really interesting. If anybody knows anything about the lore, there's not a lot of story or lore. It's all kind of fan created. There is a little bit out there if you read some stuff, but the first one is debris. There's the debris right there. That's pretty boring in my opinion. But then we get to the actual newspaper clippings, and this is where I find really cool. So the first one is Virus Decimates America. Now, if you look at the very top left, it says unusual 10-page special, and then it says below that, meteorology experts on an unusual red moon phenomenon. So there's the red moon up there at the top left. So here comes the zombies. So this one, the date says Wednesday, December 5th of 2033. So the virus decimates America, and if you look below, it's getting close to Arizona. It's not quite to Arizona yet, but I guess it's getting close. And there's some interesting reads down here. The White House Minister of Health his name's Brian Wagner. He's talking about the struggle to contain the epidemic. It's actually called the septernal virus, the SDV. So the septernal, it's over 39 states and has killed 5 million people. Now over on the right, if you really zoom in, there's this dude over here, and Duke H. Casador. So there's the Duke. That's all the coins in the game are called Dukes. He's a proprietor and owner of the Casador Casino. So and I think we've seen this picture in 7 Days to Die too. I don't really pay attention to the picture very much, but he actually gives a little quote there, but he's the owner of the casino. So wouldn't that be kind of cool to have a casino in the game? We don't have a casino yet. So maybe that's kind of foreshadowing on a future POI. Could you imagine having a casino in this game? That would be so freaking cool. So there's the Duke. There's some lore for the Duke. Now the other news article is dated Arizona, Sunday, January 17th, 2034. So a little bit, further down, and it's the Navezgane Tribune. So it's an actual local paper. And it's talking about nuclear detonation. And this is an actually interesting raid. May God forgive us. President orders nuclear launch in desperate attempt to contain virus. Millions dead. So the read kind of talks about the president basically launching nukes to contain the virus, and the people call it the end times, and this is horrendous, and the president, Louis Wagner, enacted martial law. But the last paragraph, which is I find the most interesting, it actually talks about Navezgane County. So martial law has been declared in many places in the country. In our own state of Arizona, similar measures have been taken. Many are moving to isolated mountain communities, with Navezgane housing a variety of survivors from other communities. Some members of our community are vocally unhappy about this, such as Duke Casador, who insists that policies, and it goes on, but it's interesting that Navezgane is taking on other survivors. Yeah, that starts the story of the game, how we wake up in Navezgane County and we're a survivor from all the nuclear detonations happening around the United States. Just interesting. Okay, I probably spent way too much time on the lore. I just am fascinated by that, but that's where we stand with the console update, if you want to call it that, the new console version. Out this year, stay tuned. Now, there's been some other news come out about the new version and Alpha 22. We'll go over some of that stuff. The Fun Pimps released a photo of updated bears, mountain lions, and they're bringing back the buck. Kind of left the game, now it's coming back, I guess. And the buck was part of like the old console version, which is kind of cool. They're bringing that back. It looks like they made the bear darker and they added some better shadows to the mountain lion, and like I said, bringing the buck back. And of course, somebody did ask, love it, when this year? When is it coming out this year? And the Fun Pimps replied with one word, sooner. That's it, sooner. So sooner than what? I don't know. They're so cryptic with all their answers. Next, we have the Tier 5 School POI coming to Alpha 22, which is also coming to PS5, Xbox X, and S. Well, they always say that in their posts now, but pretty cool POI. I don't think it's going to replace the Navigating High School. I hope it's not, because I love the Navigating High School. So maybe this will replace it. I have no idea, but it's called Grover High. Looks like a very modern kind of high school, so it looks pretty fun. Next up, we have the new mini bikes. And if you guys are coming from consoles, you know that's our only vehicle in the entire game. So here's the new mini bike. And I like the variant that has the lawn chair on the back. Now, is that going to be a mod? Looks like the one on the left has all the mods. It has the gas tank mod, the cooler, which might be extra storage. We can put your beers in it, maybe. Or your soft drinks, because you don't drink and drive, right? But it has the lawn chair. So is that maybe an add-on we can put? That'd be kind of cool. And it is interesting that they put out, you know, a picture of a toilet seat on a mini bike, but now they're putting the lawn chair there, so they just the toilet seat pretty quick. And possibly one reason we haven't heard anything for a little while from the Fun Pimps is they were mourning one of their own. They did lose one of their own team members that's been on the team for 10 years. Robert Deschong passed away back in December, and if you think about it, this is a very small team. They've been together for a very long time. Probably shared a lot of life together, and when you lose one of your own, that probably took a big toll on them. So just keep that in mind. They did lose one of their own. He worked on Random World Generation, buffs, skills, and character systems. So rest in peace, sir. Best thoughts and prayers go out to the Fun Pimps team on that. They were kind of quiet for a little while. I kind of figured it was the holidays, but they might also been taking some time to mourn, and I'm glad they did. You know, don't try to push through that. So just keep that in mind. They did lose one of their own. There is a GoFundMe page for him and his family, so if you guys are interested in that, it is on their Twitter page. I keep saying Twitter, I mean their X page. We are getting a new Grace. I don't know if this is going to replace the Grace we have, or this is going to be a separate version of Grace, the mutated version of Grace. If you guys are on console, we don't have Grace. We just have the pig that's you can run over with a mini bike or shoot him in the butt with an arrow. But on the current alphas, there is Grace that's in the bottom of a POI. So here's the new version of Grace. What I've always wanted with the Grace is just make it harder. That she's very easy to deal with in the current version. You just drop down on the bed, you jump up on the little path that goes back up, and she really can't get to you. So I really hope they kind of rework that where she's actually a challenge. And I have been killed by Grace, so she is a challenge, but I just hope they make her more challenging. And I'm playing a mod right now called Preppocalypse. Grace literally walks around the world, so maybe put her in the world or make her show up on Horde Nights. Something like that. That would be great if they could do that. Last one I'll throw up for you guys is the new motorcycle that's coming out. They reworked the motorcycle coming out the Alpha 22 and consoles, and looks pretty cool. I like the front end. Hopefully they can run over zombies with that, and that'll be it'll do a lot of damage. This motorcycle does a lot of damage already, but it looks like you can maybe put something on the front, some type of mod that lets you mow down the zombies even more. It looks like they're also adding a passenger. You can carry a passenger now, so you can see on the photos they got a passenger on the back. So now you can carry Steve around, or you can take your friend and do some looting on the motorcycle. Which, like I said, the mini bike looks like they're adding that, which is really good because you don't have transportation for multiple people in right now until you get the Jeep, and the Jeep is really it. That's the only one you have, which the Jeep is fine. Don't be wrong, I'm not dogging the Jeep, but now it's nice to have transportation for two people early on, like the mini bike and the motorcycle. What do you guys think so far? Where do you guys think this is going to drop on this year? Do you guys think it's going to drop in the spring? Do you guys think it's going to drop in the summer? Do you guys see a winter release? I personally have no idea. I'm done guessing. I'm honestly tired of putting out these update videos. I put out so many update videos because I'm thinking, all right, here it is, but where do you guys think it's going to fall? And what do you guys, anything else you guys want to see in the update, even just for Alpha 22 on if you're a PC player or for consoles? Is there something specific you guys want to see updated with the new consoles. Giving everything we have, yes, it's going to be a new version on console, but is there anything else you're waiting for or wanting to see in the new version? Please let me know down in the comments. Would love to hear from you guys, and hope to see you guys soon in the new version.